Hi, I'm David Tracy with Jalopnik. Recently, I got a letter from the city of Troy, Michigan, telling me that I have too many broken, unregistered cars outside of my house. And so I have until the 31st of July to fix them and register them, which gives me like 1 month. So I'm going to show you what I'm up against. Okay, so this is my 1948 Willys. I just did some engine work on the crankshaft because it had a pretty severe knock. And last night, my friend Brandon came over and, well, we did a pull start to see if the engine will run, because the starter will not work. Yeah, let's just cut to that footage.
That'll fix it.
Here's the scenario. We've been trying to pull start the Willys and it's not running. This battery has been problematic for a while. The question is it worth buying a new battery for $100 to get it running? Because I'll be able to sell it more if I do have it running. And I think we've concluded the answer is yes, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think it's worth it.
Okay.
$100.
All right. There's no spark there.
There was actually, there was a little.
Was there?
Yeah, there's a little.
Oh, there is. Look at that. A nice blue spark too.
Yeah.
There he is. Brandon behind me. I've got a good feeling about this one. I'm pretty sure the Willys is gonna fire up. I can feel it. There it is, there it is! Did it die? Oh, it's idling! Wow, it's so quiet, I can't even tell. Oh, she sounds good! I don't know, maybe let it warm up a bit.
I mean, it's almost 140, so it's...
Okay. It should be, well, I guess you guys just gotta gradually see if we can get it to idle. It's a good sounding engine. I think it must have been the crank, huh? The Willys, I'm planning on selling this week, sometime in early July. We'll see. This thing needs no work at all. It runs and drives, it's registered, it's fine. This is a Land Rover Discovery, which has been sitting in my yard for like, well over a year. It's not mine, and as far as I understood, the engine was blown up, but last night, my friend Brandon came over, and in addition to pull starting the Willys, we tried to pull start the Discovery because its starter was also not working. So we can cut to that footage as well. Pull starting the Discovery. We're in reverse. I'm on the clutch. There we go. It's idling. There's a bit of smoke coming out of the tailpipe, but that's only because I threw some ATF into the cylinders just to loosen up the rings because they've been sitting so long. And let me show you this V8. It runs pretty well, actually, surprisingly. Okay, don't be alarmed by the smoke. Again, it's just, I spilled a little bit of transmission fluid. There it is. It actually runs okay. It's not horrible. It's like not a bad running engine. It's not perfect, but it'll do. All right, so the Land Rover, there's no power steering. It's not working at all. Seems like the reservoir is empty, and I'm assuming there's a leak because it doesn't just empty for no reason. But it's at least worth checking to see if the pump's okay. So we'll slap a little bit in there, see if we can get some assist. Normally you would use a funnel. You might have heard of such a thing. It's probably okay. Let's see how it feels. Oh, yes. Power steering. Well, it runs to some degree, but it spills coolant everywhere. As soon as I parked it here, it spilled coolant. So there's a problem with the cooling system. Could be head gasket problem. I don't know. I've only run it for like 10 minutes. Okay, this is the 1979 Jeep Cherokee Golden Eagle. There's no engine in the engine bay. I am in the process of rebuilding the engine. In fact, I will show you that engine. It's really not really a rebuild, honestly. I just honed the cylinders a bit, put some new bearings in. There it is. There's the V8, AMC V8. There's the camshaft is right there, and anyway. So that's a big job. So that Golden Eagle is probably the hardest job here. I have to not only install the engine, but I have to assemble it from scratch. And then I don't even know if it's gonna run. But yeah, this is the big job. This is a 1991 Jeep Cherokee. This is actually a very special Jeep Cherokee in that it's completely rust-free. It's from Washington State. And it's got just a beautiful everything. It's a manual transmission, 4-wheel drive with vent windows. It got T-boned, so this fender has to be replaced. I just replaced the front axle. I have to do the ball joints on it, and I have to do the seals in the differential because it was leaking out of the axle. I have to do the steering parts. There's a lot of front end work, but what it comes down to is front end work and new fender, and then basically I have to get it inspected because it's got a salvage title, so that's going to take time. The Kia, this is going to be towed to a junkyard, and I'm going to have readers just wail on it with a sledgehammer, just for fun. This is a 1992 Jeep Cherokee. There's nothing really wrong with it. I do think there might be a head gasket leak, a slight one, but it runs and drives, and there's no reason. I don't really have to do much to that. This is a 1985 Jeep J10. I just took it on a 3,000-mile road trip. It is phenomenal. It is my favorite vehicle by far. I mean, it's everything you want in a pickup truck. You know, bench seat, gun rack, if you're into that. Manual transmission, manual locking hubs, long bed. It's awesome. 4-wheel drive. Okay, so this is a 1987 Jeep Grand Wagoneer, which I got for free. I got it running. I had to do some basic engine work, fuel pump, some ignition parts, but it runs. I've cleaned out the interior. It was horrendous inside before. Now it looks pretty presentable. Doesn't have a headliner. This is a decent project for someone, and I think I'll be able to sell this pretty easily. I just have to register it, which is tricky during COVID times, but I think I'll figure out a way to register it, transfer the title into my name and then sell it. So, okay, there's that. This is a Jeep Comanche. I bought it a while ago, still haven't registered it because of COVID, but it runs and drives. There's really nothing wrong with it, except it's hideously rusted. My brother has another one of my Jeep Cherokees. It's a 2000. It's in great shape. There's nothing I need to do there. And then there's a Ford Mustang in the garage. There's not much I have to do there either. And the city just wants my stuff. Basically, everything that's in sight needs to either be registered. Well, it needs to be registered and functional. So, I mean, this would apply because it's functional now, but I'm just going to get rid of it. I have too many cars. This thing is not registered. I can't register it because it's not mine, and it's not functional. So this one's a double whammy. That one is fine. That, not registered, not functional. That Cherokee, not registered, actually not even titled in my name because it's a salvage title and it has to be inspected first. And obviously it's broken. And then the Grand Wagoneer, I have to register and sell that. So it's a lot of work to be done here. The biggest ones being the Golden Eagle because of the engine, the Cherokee because of the front suspension, and then I just got to get rid of that Discovery. But I got a month. Mysterious Land Rover. Nobody knows why it's here, but oh no!
Nicely done.
Well, looks like it's gonna be here for a while.